So you're sort of looking at, okay, what about a handheld? What about VR goggles? What about this kind of product line? It's Meta, Facebook. It's sort of assuming they can't do their job. They already have MetaQuest. Can't you already just plug in your xCloud phone into it? You can do it with your Roku sunglasses. It's sort of like, it's sort of this sort of the presentation said, we're working with Xbox for a licensed, styled Xbox Oculus of some description, could possibly be an xCloud headset. No console required, and it's sort of like, well, I do understand that segment, that niche, to sort of just not have a TV on the wall. An all-in-one product that's not a pair of sunglasses plugged into an iPhone, into an Android phone. You see? Like, I do get that. That makes sense. Where it's an all-in-one goggles that just has xCloud built in. But doesn't Oculus do that? And if they don't want to do that, they don't want to have the xCloud app on Oculus. What are they inviting us to do? They want us to do their job. They refuse to do. So it seems like it's a trap. It just seems like they just want to dishevel Microsoft Xbox console profitability with a peripheral. It's always a peripheral. And you're assuming having children put these, Mark of the Beast System Lord goggles on and being zoomed out into another parallel reality. You're assuming parents in America want that. It's the opposite. Most people in America that have children believe in God, and they will not be buying that for their children. You've got to be kidding me. There goes that support of families and hardworking Americans, God-fearing, hardworking Americans. There goes that good collateral out the window, and it's something. People are going to see Xbox in a different light now. If you went for the goggles, you'd have young Americans thinking, I don't know if I see the Xbox the same way. I don't think the green is like green for trees and grass and life. I think the green's for some sort of outer world Martian. They're not going to see the we bleed green. Like, they're not going to see it like in a sort of a good way. They'll see it in a bad way. It's like, you've got these goggles, and you're trying to sell them to our children, and it's just kind of like you all these peripherals to plug us into the altverse. There's too many steps in that direction where they can do the stuff by themselves. They can connect their Oculus to their xCloud streaming phone. They can connect it to their console. They can connect. They're pretty smart people. They're pretty smart people. They don't need us. They don't need us to do it for them. If they want it done, Oculus will just do it. They'll just put the xCloud app, which is probably already on there. I wouldn't even know. Sort of thing. I've got a sore throat, by the way. So my throat's a bit. I ate some ham last night, and I got a little inflammation in my throat. So I've been having cough lollies, throaties, and menthols to soothe my throat. So it's actually feeling a lot better. So you don't want to dilly-dally with these peripherals, and then it's kind of like, well, handheld. What's happening with the handheld market? Well, it's more peripherals, really. It's another form factor of a PC that's experimental, unproven. Just ask them, how much money did they make? You see? You ask Steam, ask ROG Ally, how much money are you making? if it's growth market, that's another segment of consumer looking at that particular growth market. So there's no doubt, I mean, if you had to do it, kind of thing. But why can't, it just seems like taking on another challenge, it's too many eggs in one basket. We're supposed to be dealing out Halo 7, Halo 8. We're supposed to be fixing Redfall. We're supposed to be bringing Starfield 2 out. And we're supposed to be doing software and thickening up Pocketbook. We're not supposed to be getting into experimental handheld markets. You see, it's just like that market is experimental. And people from China want to put hundreds of millions of dollars into it. Good for them. Let them lose their money at it doing this. For them it's just maybe Microsoft Xbox never has a handheld. Think about that. What about a Series S with a clip-on LCD screen for an extra $45 that you can detach and just game on your lap around the house? That's technically getting into a portable space where you don't need a screen on the wall. So what's an LCD screen that's about the same size of a Series S that you can clip onto the Series S? What's an LCD screen cost? Just a basic HD 1080p one. $100 or less, do it bulk, $50. No audio, no plugs. Maybe Bluetooth for your headphones and your controller. You could actually do a Series S with a USB port that you plug the port in, the holding port, plastic mount onto the back of the Series S, and then you put the LCD screen slots into charge, and you pull it out, and you put it back in when you want to use it. So you portability around the house, and it's not as big as the PS Portal's too small. I mean, it's just you can't play games on that. You can play over the Wi-Fi, over the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi off your Wi-Fi router in your bedroom, in your living room, in your kitchen, on the deck. That's sort of portability. That's getting into portability, and all it is just a screen. And you sell the Series S, and then just sell it as a peripheral on the Microsoft website. It's not really a peripheral. It's kind of like it's a screen. So it's not a keyboard and mouse. It's sort of like assisting the portability of the Series S. And you're not really... People are using screens for the Series S's, and you can clip it with it, and you can travel. When you're traveling with it, you're not spending. Well, in my country, it's like $300 plus for the screen that plugs in all nice and sweet. Well, what if you had a screen that went with the Series S? You don't have to go to an aftermarket. That looks like it could be proven. And if the new Series S just has an SD, a USB plug on the back of it, where this plastic mold could clip in, and then when you drop the screen behind it, like when the Series S sits down on its back, that's where you just have to stand it up on its side, so you can sort of, with feet, you sort of slide it in. You can turn the Series S around, and so it's sitting on your it's sitting on your living room, with the screen facing you and the fan facing the back. You see? I'll have to do some drawings. So, it's sort of, how do you avoid going handheld? And well, like the plague, like the plague. And so it's like, well, that's what Steam's doing. That's what Asus ROG Ally's doing. Look look at Lenovo's Legion. They just put out. It has everything.